You get men out here who are average, hard-working, salt-of-the-earth men, and they get shit on just because they ain't driving a BMW. That's crazy. And it seems to be really pronounced in our community where women over a certain age, over 40, they ain't settling for it. They don't want anything other than what they want. They want a man of a certain economic caliber, a certain social calendar, certain education, everything else. And that's why I'm like, what are y'all mad about? Because we talking about it?
We all know about what's happening in the news, the trending topic, the passing of Kevin Samuels. His passing and the response in regards to his passing has motivated me to make this video. And this is a very serious question we have to ask ourselves as black men. Does the world really want black men dead? I mean, just look at many people celebrating the death of this brother. It makes me want to ask, why is it that a black man in this society is more celebrated dead than alive? We look at all these segments of society that wants to really kill us. Not only just them, but even us as well. I mean, look at who commits the most crimes against each other. Look who sparks the most anger and animosity towards each other. Us as black men. Black men are more likely to die at the hands of another black man than they are of a non-black man. This is what we really want. This is what we really celebrate. This is what we absolutely endorse. And if we're endorsing these things, it goes to show how a black man's life isn't really valued at all. Now, I could get on here and go off on a whole lot of black women that's celebrating the passing of KS. But if you read those Twitter responses, you see a lot of beta male sent manginas celebrating his passing too. You look at these movements that's been started. Look at Black Lives Matter, for example. If black lives truly matter, why is it that we only see them in mass numbers when the police kills us? And who do they typically kill? A black man. You don't see Black Lives Matter in no neighborhood when a brother is killing another brother, when a young kid is being tortured, when a young woman is being violated. You don't see Black Lives Matter nowhere. Their rise to fame was a black man being shot dead and killed at the arms of a mainly white police officer. But then it's like, why is it so noteworthy of a black man just dying? Is the black man that worthless to the world that we're just rejoicing at his death? You go to many funerals and they speak on the life of this black man, right? And they speak nothing but good things. But they normally do it at the morning of his death. I just recently lost my cousin Chris, right? And at his funeral, there were a lot of great things spoken about. I even spoke great things myself. But had I personally knew that my cousin had a lot of mental problems and was going through a lot of stress, I personally would have had a conversation with my cousin in private to try to encourage him the best way that I can. See, I don't want no other black man dead. Just like I never wish death for any black woman. The black family within itself is killing each other. We keep saying this happens in our community. There's no community. If there was a community, there's no way that, you know, rejoicing of a man's death and being boastful and proud of him dying will be tolerated. In a community, those people will be shunned and ostracized. But we don't have that amongst our people here in the West. Then you got these women going on TikTok lives and Clubhouse talking about how they ravel or they marvel when a black man is killed by a police officer.
I was wondering why no one thought to say and voice their opinion that when I look at these white men, they are the epitome of masculine, and watching some of these police officers manhandle these black men in the street is very attractive and it's a turn on, you know? And I'm wondering, does anybody else feel like that?
Hold on.
Yes, no. You don't even breathe in my direction. I will start crying and I will call the police.
I love calling the police on.
Yes.
I love it because they tighten up. They turn into a whole different person when they're
that run.
This is what the world truly wants. So let's say if the world truly gets that, black women, you're gonna have to ask yourself this question, because I see y'all just living it up that KS is dead. Not all of y'all, but a certain segment of y'all. Y'all really living it up that this man is dead. Y'all say that the man bashed y'all, that he was misogynistic, that he was hateful. But if you ask brothers like Dennis Sperling, who is a high-profile lawyer, him being in Kevin Samuels' support groups helped him to find his future wife, a melanated sister. There are other women that have claimed that although KS' delivery was very harsh, it helped them to become better women. Or maybe y'all just don't want no accountability. Maybe you've been coddled and your ass kissed your whole life, that the thought of a brother telling you the truth, telling you the real, it just makes you want to just go up and cause and create chaos. After all, 30 plus years ago, y'all did the same thing to Sister Shahrazad Ali. Because many things Kevin Samuels was talking about, Shahrazad Ali was putting that out there 30 years ago. And y'all shunned her and continue to do so. You can't take the truth from her. You call her women who want to stand behind black men pygmies, whatever the fuck that means. But you embrace the fact that a black man is dead. You look at other black men that killed other black men in your neighborhoods, and you'll mourn and cry over the so-called Pookies and Ray Rays, but you totally overlook the quote-unquote good guy. Meaning you black women claim you want good men, but the reality is the vast majority of you do not. Because if that were true, why is it that the majority of black women in this country are single? KS was being realistic with you women, and you women couldn't take it. KS was being realistic with men. Listen, before he blew up, he had only, prior to that Average at Best video that went viral, he had what, 150,000 subscribers, which is a whole lot. But when he was going in on men, keeping it a buck with men, y'all didn't have anything to say about him. You weren't wishing death on him then. We weren't wishing death on him because although he was coming out as harsh, one thing about men can take constructive criticism way better than women can. Because when men are being put to the task, we already know that we got to be held accountable and we have to be put on a higher standard. The black man is supposed to be held accountable for the things that he says and does. But at the same token, the black woman has to be accountable for what she does, her behaviors, her thoughts, her actions, her past, her present, even her future. She should be called to task to that. But then when you got brothers calling that, oh, we're misogynistic, we hate women. As much as I despise my enemy, when my enemy is gone, I'm not rejoicing in the death of my enemy. My enemy is gone. My enemy's never coming back. That's the end. I take no joy and no malice in the death of my enemy. It is what it is.
You just accept the fact that you're not ready.
Yeah, I know I'm not ready.
Then get out of the conversation. You're not in a husband relationship. conversation. So why are you trying to get women to look at you in a way that you're not? And this is what happens to so many young black men because we don't have fathers and we're not juniors. We are trying to become men before time, and we think we're trying to do all this stuff too soon. You're not ready.
KS hurt your feelings. So what? They deserve to be hurt. Why? Because the truth don't give two damns about your feelings. And if the world truly wants to see black men dead, how many more black men gotta be killed? Have to die, have to go through stress, constantly thinking about suicide, constantly looking at their life and seeing that nobody values them, no one cherishes them, no one appreciates them, no one thinks that their worth amounted to nothing. This is what average black men have to go through every single day. And then y'all want to call us weak because we address real issues. You don't cherish us while we're here, but when we die, all y'all got is just good things to say about us. Many of you so-called baby mamas frown upon the father of your child. Send the father of your child through hell. Not even taking into account that your child is actually suffering because he's already or she's already lacking the full presence of their father. But when their father die, either you go embrace it, you still talk shit about him, but you never regret that you did the man wrong. Just because he didn't want to be with your stinking ass, but he only wanted to have a fruitful relationship with his children the best way that he could. Now that he's gone, what are you going to tell your children? Do you even know the psychological impact it has on your child? When their father is gone, they will never see their father in the physical flesh again. But that don't matter to y'all. We know it don't matter to the white man. The white man has always viewed the black man collectively as the enemy. So he don't care if the black man is dead.
The average black male in this country makes $41,500 a year. That's average. Except a man who's an average earner and then marry him and have 2 kids with him. $41,000, less than $21. Ma'am, either you answer my question or I move on. I don't want this bullshit diplomatic answer. Either answer my question or we just move on.
You're saying, do I want a broke guy?
Broke? Who the French toast you to call an average man broke, you fool?
But black men, we killing each other at a rapid pace too. Are we telling ourselves that our lives don't matter? Cause we show it every single day. We've been doing this for such a long time that I honestly don't even want to do no more videos such as this. I'm tired of even speaking on the issue because it don't mean nothing. We're being shown each and every day that the life of the black man means absolutely nothing, to the point that we would throw parties and turn up and get lit when a black man is dead. Y'all know how it go. These rappers out here smoking on their dead ops. That's the ultimate form of disrespect you can show to a person that's deceased. But we don't care. Why? Because a black man's life means absolutely nothing. But I would like to say this in closing. Let's say if black men were totally eradicated. Let's say if black men were totally wiped off the face of this planet. Black woman, what would you totally do without the active and involved presence of the black man? Will you be able to build a sort of quote-unquote black community on your own? After all, many of y'all ain't dating the black man anyway. Many of y'all, swirling with each other. Because I can honestly tell you, once the black man is completely gone, once the black man is no longer in your neighborhood, once the black man is no longer in your house, once your black children are being shot down like a dog in these streets, you're going to be left to fend for your own. And that's when your real enemies are going to display themselves. And they're going to use you as spoils of war. And if you truly believe that they have your best interests at heart, I beg you to think it over and look twice and think about the implications you're presenting out here by showing your constant anger and hostility against black men. This is not a victim shaming video. Brothers got many problems as well. I'm pretty sure every black man you speak to in regards to Kevin Samuels, they would tell you they had many things that they disagreed with when it comes to him. But Kevin Samuels did speak a lot of truth. And Kevin Samuels, although the delivery was harsh to y'all, To me, he reminded me of my stepmother and many aunties in my family that had a no stance type of attitude but spoke truth. And if truth hurts and harm y'all to the point it hurts your feelings, then your feelings deserve them to be hurt. Cause you've been living in fantasy tales and lies and bullshit your whole goddamn life. So the KS, rest in power, brother. And to all the black men we've lost, whether it's at the hands of another brother, whether it was done due to the vindictiveness of a deranged female, or by the hands of our true enemy, may you rest in power. And although I would like to say that we are valued, we are wanted, we are cherished, we are appreciated in the eyes of society, the only true value we have as black men to the world is a dead nigga. 100.
And I keep painting black men in this ain't shit box. They don't all fit there. And brothers are starting to push back and say, no, 51% of us are single and childless and 64% in the middle class. They're here. Can you interact with them just in a peaceful, civil way? If you never get married and never have kids, can you have a higher quality of life? Can you just be happy? Can you stop walking through life with your hands up ready to fight the reflection of you?